Okay, we want to find the indicated IQ score. Now the graph to the right depicts IQ scores of adults, and those scores are normally distributed with a mean of 100 and a standard deviation of 15. So right now, since we're given the area, this represents our z-scale. And since that's our z-scale, then that means that we have a mean of 0. And here we want to first determine what is the value of this z-score. Okay, and then eventually what we want to do is then take a look at the x-scale, which represents the IQ scores. Now we know the mean of the IQ scores is 100. And so eventually what we want to do is we want to find the value of x. Okay, so what we're trying to do is we're trying to find out what probability of z. Okay, now in this case here, the region is shaded to the right. So we want to say, okay, what value of z is greater than or equal to, that's going to give us an area of 0.4734. Okay, so we want to find the z-score that corresponds to an area of 0.4734. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up StatCrunch. We're going to go to Stat, Calculators, and scroll all the way down to Normal. And then here what we're going to do is, since we want a z-score, we want to make sure that this inequality first says greater than or equal to. And then we want to put here in the right, since we know the mean is 0 and the standard deviation is 1, we're going to put in the area of 0.4734 and then select Compute. And then we're going to go ahead and then copy this and take a look at the z-score that we get. Okay, so you can see that the z-score that we get, if we round it to 2 decimal places, is 0.07. So that's 0.07 that we get for the z-score. Okay, so now we're going to use that z-score to then figure out what is the value for x that we need to find. So again, that z, which is greater than 0.07, gives us that area. So now we know the z-score is 0.07. And now we want to convert a standard normal random variable z to a normal random variable x by using the formula below, where the mu is the mean and sigma is the standard deviation. So what we want to do is we want to be able to find the value of the normal random variable x using the mean to be 100, standard deviation to be 15, and a z-score to be 0.07, and then rounding it to 1 decimal place. So what we're doing is the following. We're going to take our mean, which is 100, plus the z-score, which is 0.07, and we're going to multiply that by the standard deviation, which is 15. So at this point, what we want to do is multiply 0.07 times 15 first, and then add 100. And when we do that, we get the value of 101. So therefore, the indicated IQ score is 101.